This is my kitchen. There's a hood fan on top of an ordinary flat top range. Now, when we moved into this house, there was an over-the-range microwave vent hood combo here, and these cabinets were designed around that. But within the first week, my wife was complaining that the microwave range hood sucked at sucking because the wonderful smells of steamed fish and fried onions went everywhere all over the house, and we were enjoying the aromas of every meal for days. So I replaced the 300 CFM microwave with this high-powered 1000 CFM Pacific True Steam range hood. At full power, this thing is like a jet engine. To put it into perspective, it can cycle all of the air in my house in less than half an hour. But even with this super sucker, sometimes we still get a lot of smells escaping the kitchen into the bedrooms upstairs. And maybe it's because these cabinets were designed for an over-the-range microwave and it's a little bit high. So my plan is to build a removable fume hood that sits here, kind of like in a chemistry lab. Let's head outside to the workshop. The design I'm going for is pretty straightforward. Basically, it'll be two side panels supporting an elevated center panel connected by hinges so that it can fold up for storage. A consequence of the pandemic is that the world now has an abundance of unwanted plexiglass. That's perfect for me, since a fume hood should be transparent. The 1/4-inch plexiglass that I got, also known as acrylic, was a bit scratched, but I still wanted to protect it from more scuffing from the table saw, so I taped some paper to it. Next, I cut the panels using a table saw and a miter saw. I just used regular wood blades to cut it. The cuts probably would have been nicer with a bandsaw, but I don't have one. Circular saws left globs of melted plastic on the cuts, which isn't ideal, especially since acrylic releases toxic fumes when melted. Cutting the plexiglass also made a mess of little plastic bits that stick to everything, kind of a pain to clean up. Finally, after more taping and cutting, I got the panels to the dimensions I needed, and I smoothed the edges with file and sandpaper. When I dry fitted the finished panel to the kitchen cabinets, I realized that the gaps were kind of uneven. Right, cabinets and backsplashes aren't actually straight. Oh well, I don't think a bit of gap will matter that much. Now, since I want this thing to actually fold up properly, I need to add a little extra something on one side. So I cut a narrow strip of plexiglass and used super glue to bond it to the panel. I got some transparent plastic hinges off Amazon with very sticky two-sided tape. And then it was fairly straightforward to connect the panels together. Now the moment of truth. What do you think, Manny?
Good.
Is this gonna work?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Finally, I added an extra flap for even more fume containment with some magnets to hold it up. I did end up needing to add some screws in the hinges because the super sticky tape gave out, which made it uglier. But otherwise, the fume hood worked awesomely. I don't smell anything.
Yeah, me neither.
So why isn't this more common? Why can't I just go buy one of these at Home Depot? Well, I imagine maybe there are issues with plastics near heat sources, or maybe it's a fire hazard. One note about installing a powerful hood fan is that you need to open a window or add a makeup air device, or else you'd be sucking sewer gases in from your toilet, or carbon monoxide from your furnace, or radon from the dirt under your house. In any case, it seems to be working well, and my wife really appreciates it. If you have any thoughts or suggestions, do leave them in the comments below. Smell you later!